Welcome to the Warframe Nuzlocke challenge. In this brand new challenge, I'm going to be attempting to beat the entirety of Warframe, but if I die, I have to sell all of the gear I'm currently using, and I can't use it again.
Ever.
But that's simply way too easy. I mean, what's stopping me from just slapping on Revenant and being invincible the whole time? That's why there's one more restriction as well. I have to use a different Warframe and set of weapons every time I go to a new planet. And I'm counting Steel Path planets differently, which means I'll need a total of 38 different Warframes and sets of weapons to beat the game. Now hold on, I know what you're gonna ask me already. Cloisto, how do you define beating Warframe? For the purposes of this challenge, I consider beating every single node on the star chart on both normal and Steel Path as beating Warframe. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Just like the start of every challenge I do, I'm gonna have to beat 4, so I do that real quick. Okay, we got him. But almost immediately after that is where things deviate from your average gameplay and get much more difficult. Remember like 30 seconds ago when I said I'd need to use a different Warframe and set of weapons for each planet? Well, Earth is no different. I have my starting gear, but that's about it. For this reason, Earth is both the easiest and hardest planet. It's easy because the enemies are fairly weak, but it's also difficult because if I do make the mistake of dying, I have to reset the entire account. If I want to get to Venus, I have to craft a whole new Warframe and 3 new weapons. That means I'm basically stranded on Earth until I can figure out what I'm able to get. So while I'm stuck on Earth, I may as well do the Saya's Vigil quest. In a recent update, it's actually no longer required to do this quest to unlock Venus, but this quest actually holds the key to our ticket out of here. And of course, that's the Gara blueprint. The only Warframe that we can reliably acquire from Earth is Gara, so she's going to be our very first goal. And trust me, it's a lot harder to get Gara without leaving Earth than you think. Now usually, when I go to Earth on my main account, I breeze through these low-level enemies with ease. But it turns out that if you're a new player, level 30 enemies are the scariest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. And the bounties that I'd have to do would have enemies up to level 40. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Before we can do battle with enemies of that caliber, we need a training montage. And hey, this video took a ton of work to make, so if you're enjoying it, make sure to subscribe. It also lets me know that you want more of this kind of content. Now we're reasonably strong. I focused on grinding Excavation, which was both a great source of affinity to rank up my gear, and Endo, which makes my mods more powerful. My initial plan for mods is putting on as many defensive mods as possible. There's a few you can get early game, like Vitality or Redirection, but there's a couple of others that I'm interested in picking up later, like Rolling Guard or Adaptation. Getting ways to shield gate as well is super helpful, like the Augur set. And since I'm not restricted by the Mastery Rank 0 challenge anymore, I also go ahead and level up to Rank 1. Since our quest is in fact to get Gara, I imagine it makes the most sense to start with getting the blueprints. So I do a few bounties of tier 1, 2, and 3 to grab them. Surprisingly, this is actually the easiest part of getting her. Now that we have all those, and after nearly dying in the tier 3 bounty, we need to pick up all of the resources that we need for Gara, which involves quite a few different things. Before progressing any further, I need to grab a few items from my foundry, including a nice companion that I can use for now, and some weapons to be able to use with my Gara on Venus. For now, I'm just settling for the Taxon, but later down the line, I want to use Worm as my primary companion, since it's got an amazing ability to nullify status effects, but I'm sure I'll talk about that in a future video. What else do I need for Gara? Right, some shiny rocks. So let's go gambling. I mean mining. Oh, you're a big guy. I'm gonna stay over here, actually. Nope, that hit me from there. Chat, we're about to die. Chat, we're about to die. Oh no. That guy is so strong. Whoa. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Okay, I think I'm ready to leave. Well, that was pretty scary. But, luckily, having survived that, now it's time for the actual hard part. And if you're liking challenge content like this, why not stop by my stream? I do all of these challenges live along with some other fun games. I can promise you it's a great time, so come hang out with me. Getting Orokin cells. Now, how does one get Orokin cells while trapped on Earth? Cetus bounties, of course, at a whopping 10% chance for the final stage of the Tier 2 bounty to grant you Orokin cells. I grinded for days trying to get the lucky drops, and even did some off-screen grinding to no avail. Eventually, though, I managed to pull through and get both of the drops I needed in the very same night. Alright, what? Oh, we actually got some cells. And while we were picking up Orokin cells, we also got a bunch of circuits that we needed to build Gara as well. And last but not least, we need some fish. So we did a short nighttime fishing session. Weirdly enough, this was probably the most profitable monetary gain I've ever received in one day streaming, since two of my chatters got into a bit of a spending war, netting me like $10. I spent all the money on cookies. Anyway, back to the video. And if you need a clan to join, consider checking mine out. I have an awesome Discord community and amazing people you can hang out with. Check it out with the Discord link in the description. I forgot to grab a clip of the Mastery Rank 2 task, but we're already all the way up to a big Mastery Rank 3. With all of the resources for her acquired, I start crafting Gara, and 3 days later, we have our ticket out of here. But there's one thing in our way. The Venus Junction, our first real boss fight. It's time to risk the whole run. Just gonna make this in the video, bro. Oh, that was easy. Yo, I was so scared. I literally just destroyed him, bro. Okay. Never mind. I guess we're just fine. I was so worried about that for no reason. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a comment and like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode on Venus.